I'm Filipino.
I'm Filipino.
I'm Filipino.
I'm Filipino.
I'm Filipino.
I'm Filipino.
And I'm Canadian. So I actually have a YouTube channel where I make content primarily in Tagalog. I do interviews with other foreigners who have an interest in the country, and I also do reaction videos where I go out to restaurants and speak Tagalog with Filipinos, and normally they're like really surprised that I can speak the language. So yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of this, and I hope I do well.
What's like everyone's full name?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go by Ray Matthew Cabato.
Not the Rays.
Oh, so many Rays.
Yeah, my name is Bianca Jolene. My
that
first name
is
is Bianca
Filipino.
Jolene, and then that Jolene is a combination of my parents' name.
My name is Sean Sataridana.
That's unique.
Yeah.
Very unique.
I don't know.
From the mountains, maybe?
So my name is Jana Luis de los Reyes Desemiro.
Yeah.
That's
If we're talking about names.
You win. My full name is John Mendoza Manalo.
Yeah. Wow,
Okay.
Now this is getting hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
Okay.
I just Googled popular Filipino last names, and Manalo actually is a last name, but it's also a verb in Tagalog to mean to win. So I thought it'd be like a good omen.
He went by John something Manalo, but he didn't have a second first name.
My government name is Paula Marie Embestros Guerra.
And best
Very
friends.
Spanish. Marie's very...
Yeah, Marie.
Yup.
So I go by Mark William de la Vega.
Oh, these are all so
Sound like a
Filipino.
politician.
I know, right?
What if I am?
You even said that like a politician.
What province is your parents or you from?
Well, my mom's from Malabon. My dad's from Culucan.
So I was born in Quezon City. So, and before I moved to America, I lived in Antipolo, Rizal. But then my dad is from Nueva Ecija, that province.
Okay.
And then my mom is from Bicol.
Hey, represent.
Yeah, Bicol.
Yeah, so my mom's from Bicol.
Ah.
So Nabua specifically. My dad's Ilocano.
Wait, Nabua?
Yeah, Nabua.
Oh.
Like
my
Quezon
mom-
City, Naga
Okay.
City, all that. Yeah.
Cool. It's like not common for people in that province to immigrate to the US. Wherever his mom was from was a city over from where my mom's from. So I was like, oh, like, trust this guy.
My mom is from Cavite province, and my dad is from Metro Manila. So I was actually born in Manila. Yeah, and then I was raised in Canada, and then like maybe, I don't know, 2 years ago I moved to California.
Okay.
Why'd you move?
For work.
What do you do for work?
I'm a graphic designer.
Nice.
Artistic, creative.
It's not a medical professional though.
Yeah, that was a conversation for sure with my parents, but I was a little bit worried that people would think the story was a bit too complicated, that I was born in the Philippines, moved to Canada, and then later moved to California, and I think that worked.
Both of my parents are from Iloilo City. My dad got a transfer over to the Netherlands, and that's where I was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he studied math. He got a PhD in math, and then he got a job offer from that and moved to the States.
My mom is from Cebu and my dad's from Baguio. So the beach and the mountains, we got a little mix.
My dad is from Pangasinan. My mom is from Bulacan, I think. I'm not too sure, but I was born and raised in the Philippines for I would say 10 years, and I moved here about I would say when I was 14.
So you guys have all been to the Philippines?
Yes.
Yeah, I was there in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who hasn't been there.
You've never
Well, you
been?
gotta
Never
go to the
been.
But I'm
motherland.
fluent with the language.
So when Mark said that he had never been to the Philippines, but he speaks Tagalog, I was like, okay, that's something that I can like kind of jump on right away. And it kind of makes him a little bit more suspicious for the other people. Oh, how did that happen?
Well, I was threatened to learn. My mom told me, "Pa hindi ka naaral ng Tagalog, pumunta ka sa Pinas." I'm like,
I feel like somebody that was gonna come in here and just speak Tagalog, like, I was like, oh, they're probably the mole.
I know there's a lot of kids that don't go to the Philippines, but I feel like him being fluent in Tagalog, I was like, maybe you just like assimilated here.
I feel like my parents wanted my ate and I to just assimilate so bad in America, you know?
Yeah, same.
Like, I mean, I moved here when I was 3, right? So that's why I have no accent. But like, I was born there, right? So in my head, I'm like, it's kind of embarrassing that I don't know Tagalog like fluently.
I don't speak it at all. I only know 3 words. Salamat po. Thank you. Taba.
Of course. Yeah.
do you know any bad words? Oh, of course.
He said like the most basic ones. So I said, like some friend probably taught him something and then, went along with it. So I was like, still, I think it's fake.
I can speak it pretty well, but like I definitely have an accent. You know?
I feel like that's a Phil-Am kid thing. Like we all, like our parents spoke in the heavy accent, but then they grew up, like we grew up here, and then they're like, "Oi." you put that in the basura, you know? So
I struggle with the languages a lot because I grew up with like TFC playing in the house. And like, I would see a lot of like Filipino dramas, but then my parents also speak Ilonggo, a different dialect. So like I get mixed up on what is Ilonggo and what's Tagalog, but like when I'm in the Philippines, I know enough to like understand people, but I don't be speaking it fluently.
You guys are all convincing liars.
I know, I have no idea.
which one of you were just raised there?
Does anyone have a family name? My grandma called me Achok.
Achok.
It means nothing, but it just sounds cute. So I went by Achok in my family.
Growing up, my family always called me Jolo.
Jolo.
Yeah, from John.
My family called me Kukang. I don't know why.
Kukang?
Like, I don't know why. I don't know what it means. Like, does anyone?
I'm sure it's because it like rolls off the Filipino tongue.
Maybe.
They call me Maasim.
Okay,
Because
sour.
I'm a twin. So there's Maasim and Matamis because we're sweet and sour. One's very mean, one is very sweet.
I felt if the mole was in our camps, they would be trying to speak Tagalog. I felt that he was just going hard on the good Tagalog to prove his case.
There were definitely some people that were trying, that I felt were trying a little bit too hard, and that's where my suspicions were coming up.
My parents call me Potpot. There's also like Kaka, because my name's Bianca.
My family calls me Jang. And then for Filipinos, you know, they usually like double it, like Jang Jang.
Yeah,
Kinda,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like the Filipino names.
Now that sounds Filipino. She doubled it up, but I feel like when she was saying it, I felt like she was putting up an act. Like when she said her family nickname was John, I was like, okay, that's not believable.
Wait, is there anyone in here that's like, they can't understand Tagalog?
When there's a bit of English, I'm like, okay, I get context, but I'm lost. I'm so lost.
Wait, you said your mom's from Nabua?
Yes.
So can you understand Bicolano?
Yeah, my mom and like my stepdad speak that dialect.
Oh, cool.
But like, what is it? I can't discern between that and regular, so.
I get that. I can't either.
What are my go-tos? I'll tell you. Go-to Filipino food, lumpia. Go-to karaoke, Dancing Queen. Go-to app, the Nectar app, obviously. I think I kept throwing my Filipino like language out there, and I guess it was enough to like eliminate me it was a desperate move for me to like, hey, like I don't want to get eliminated. I'm telling you, I'm Filipino. This is me.
Yeah, what's everyone's go-to karaoke song?
Journey Open Arms is I sing it. So.
Are you Tito?
Hey man, I get to build my voice.
I can't sing for so like I'm just being honest, like I don't do karaoke because like my dad, when I was living there with him, he would always bring out his karaoke stuff and then he would let me like sing, but then like I get really shy, so I stop because I know I don't have the voice for it.
Me too.
Yeah, I just sing my heart out when I'm alone.
I just be singing.
Yeah, same here.
My parents love Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
My
wow.
Oh, did they sing in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Oh, they're ballsy. you know the lore behind that, right?
No.
About like that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you sing My Way at a karaoke bar, you're not good at it, you get shot.
Oh.
That's facts.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, it's the My Way killings. It's a whole thing.
Babel is also really fun.
Oh, Babel.
Yeah.
All right, what's it called? Like the system?
System, the Magic Mike.
Yup. No, not Mike.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what's mine called. The
It's called
karaoke
Magic
system?
Sings.
When Paula asked what you call the karaoke machine, and I had no idea. I was like, I don't know. I've never owned one. I think it depends on like the brand.
Oh, okay.
It's just magic. It's just
Yeah, just magic.
I often get nightmares of what was supposed to be the best night of my karaoke career. My first Coliseum performance didn't go exactly as planned. This crowd was insane. After my 3-hour set, all I could hear was encore, encore. Unfortunately, the production crew didn't test out the sparklers during sound check. So next thing I know, I'm in the hospital with searing burns all over my arms and legs. Oh. The real nightmare was trying to find a personal injury law firm that would help me win a case against the management. Thankfully, my vocal coach / mom referred me to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan specializes in a wide range of personal injury cases and have won thousands of big cases. There's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. In the past couple of months, Morgan & Morgan has secured verdicts of $12 million in Florida and $26 million in Philly. That's up to 40 times the highest insurance offer. The best part was, I didn't even have to reschedule my tour since everything was done online and over the phone. And don't worry, it's all free unless you win your case. If you've also been a victim of a personal injury or any other serious accidents, you can visit www.forthepeople.com/Jubilee, found in the description to start your free claim today. Or you can scan the QR code on your screen from your phone's camera. Thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this portion of this episode.
What's like a thing that you thought everyone did in the world, but it was actually just like a Filipino thing?
Oh my gosh, the spoon.
The spoon,
The
right?
spoon,
The
dude.
spoon.
I remembered it wasn't until like I want to say high school. At first I thought it was like, oh, it's an Asian thing, you know?
Don't give me. Yeah.
And then like I saw like my other Asian friends like only use a fork, and I'm like, I
was like, how are you
it's
doing
only
that?
a spoon.
I don't know what the spoon is. Oh, I'm dumb. The way they framed it, I thought it was like a superstition with the spoon. Looking at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're talking about how we eat food with a spoon and fork at the same time, like dual wielding it. I thought anybody that you saw at a family party, you just called your cousin.
I mean, that's what you do, right?
And I thought that was a common thing.
Oh, gotcha.
But then they're like, how are they related to you? I'm like,
No, that's my aunt's friend.
okay, he's a family friend, whatever.
I thought that everybody measured the water when they were making rice with their fingers.
Fingers.
Yeah, I thought that was just like a normal thing.
Wait, who said that?
John.
John. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
I was worried that I was going to accidentally say the wrong name or forget my own name. And so when someone said it, I wouldn't be able to know like that they were trying to talk to me. I chose John because it's a really typical Filipino name. Like I know like probably like 5 or 6 Filipinos that are named John.
All my white friends think it's weird that I use Vicks. So yeah, I don't think a lot of
The cure-all.
Clutch though.
Yeah, it is clutch.
The smell is good.
Yeah. Oh my God. It immediately reminds me of being at home sick and my dad's like, you gotta put Vicks on. And he would immediately just take this right here, put a little bit on my nose right here, and then like through here, and then maybe just like massage my back and shoulders with this. And there's also a superstition with Vicks that if you put this on the soles of your feet and then you wear socks, that you will stop coughing. Is there any like Filipino superstitions that y'all know about?
My mom always told me, don't sleep with your hair wet.
Oh, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Every time it was
Yeah.
raining, it was like you have to immediately like shower, get the hair dry.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was told like if you have a mole on your palm, that would mean you'll be wealthy one day. Which I have a mole on my palm, but I'm still waiting for that.
My mom always talked about this thing, like if you pee outside. Have you guys heard that?
No.
With like duende.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
the duende?
yeah. Like they'll do something bad to you.
Yeah, they'll like trick you or whatever.
Wait, what's duende?
It's like the little dwarf.
Like
They're-
a tiny little guy. Yeah. So if you pee outside and you pee on them, then they get mad and they like do something against
Yeah.
you. So you're supposed to say
know, right?
you're supposed to say tabi tabi po, which is like like move out of the way or whatever.
Oh,
Is there anybody that's like suspicious with anybody?
I'd say yes.
I
I am too, yeah.
who's right next to me to my left?
Jana.
Jana.
Yes.
A lot of things you said were kind of just generalized things.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about you. What do you do?
About me, okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now.
Okay.
Let's see. I am a caregiver. I work at a nursing
That's
home.
very Filipino.
Yeah.
That's like the most Filipino
Do you
answer.
want me to prove more stuff to you? Because I can go on.
Okay, yeah. I was just curious. I want to learn a little bit more.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I'm pursuing nursing after college.
Okay, yeah,
I
that's the most
graduate next
Filipino
week,
thing
so.
I've Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay,
so
I lied.
That doesn't sound convincing enough to you?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering, like you said you lived in the Philippines for
Yes,
10 years.
I did.
But you weren't sure where your dad was from?
Mom.
I don't really ask my mom, to be honest with you, because like my mom is kind of like, I would say like, they're whitewashing a bit, like my mom's side. My dad's side, they're very like, what you call this, like very Filipino in a way. So I don't know, I don't ask her anything.
But like
so.
even like the province?
I don't, because she doesn't speak any dialect.
She said that she didn't know where her mom was from. And I'm kind of just really big on like, even if like you were born here, I feel like it's really important to know like where your roots are, you know? Like, yeah, like you're Filipino, but like it's more than that. There's like thousands of islands in the Philippines. You should know like relatively where like both your parents are from.
I felt very targeted because they're just like, oh yeah, she's the fake one because she's just answering like generalized questions. So I'm like, okay, well, ask me more like in-depth questions. That way I can like give you more in-depth answers, but that didn't really like come up. So I said, that's fine.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you'd like to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
What's like a toxic trait or trauma, for lack of a better word, that like your Filipino family or Filipino extended culture has?
Okay, so my biggest annoyance is that they veil generosity to manipulate people.
Ooh.
I 1,000% agree.
That's really interesting.
And it's one of those things where I see that and I'm like, I just don't want to be that type of Filipino, you know?
Agreed.
There's a lot of like judgment as well,
Yeah.
especially on like physical appearance.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
gonna say
That's
that.
really hard to deal with sometimes.
My parents are really open and telling me when I gained weight or lost
Yeah.
weight.
Oh yeah.
All the time, man.
Even like family friends will be so direct, just like, "Oy, tumaba ka na."
Yeah.
What? Like,
Obviously, like standards of beauty is very subjective,
Right.
but I just don't respect the colorism in the Philippines.
sure.
Just
Yeah.
because my mom was really big on like, oh, you're getting too dark. Like it's like 100 degrees
yeah,
outside because we live in SoCal, and she's like, we should wear a long sleeve. Like, no, I'm not gonna wear a long sleeve in 100-degree weather.
Just like a lot of Asian culture, it can be really strict and also judgmental in the world of like academics and trying to succeed. And it's like I remember like a core memory of mine was like I was like 80th percentile in like my SAT scores, which is pretty decent. But I remember because my sister was like 95th percentile, my parents were really upset with me. And so just like growing up with that was a little bit difficult.
Just out of curiosity, how tall is everybody here?
I'm pretty short, but I'm tall for a Filipino, kind
No,
of.
I'm mega tall, so like I'm 6'3".
Oh, never mind. I'm
My
not tall for a
cousin's
Filipino.
6'3". I'm 5'2".
Dang.
5'8".
Okay, maybe I'm short. I lied. I'm 5'6".
That's my
It's
brother's
all good,
height.
dude.
I'm kind of tall for a Filipino. Like I'm probably the tallest friend in like all my friend groups, but I'm 5'5".
5'5"?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's my mom's height. I'm just like comparing everybody to my parents and my family.
Yeah, like I'm super tall back home in the Philippines, but then here I'm like just average.
We didn't say what our favorite Filipino food was,
Oh.
which is
Oh yeah.
Mine is sisig for sure.
yum,
I love sisig.
yum,
I don't know if you guys know what this is called. It's called picadillo.
yum. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
almost like arroz cubana, right? Yeah. I love mongo.
Mongol.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the best. It's my comfort food.
I mean, there's the classics like halo halo, obviously. That one's. There was one other one that. Oh yeah. I used to ask my mom to make this all the time, but pancit molo when I was growing up was always one of my favorites.
Mine's gonna go on. Specifically cooked by my stepdad. I'm very.
Wait, is that the one with like the pork blood?
Yeah, pork blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he cooks it like perfect. Like every other place I go to, it's like super vinegary. So it's
That's
like
crazy because I don't know anyone that cooks dinuguan.
It's-
Like it's always store bought or
Yeah.
like from the restaurant.
You gotta cook it in a huge batch. You can't like do a small batch. I lied. I've never had it in my life. My stepdad cooks it phenomenally. I don't eat that. It's candied pork blood. I'm gonna eat it at home. Eventually.
Do you guys know bulalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ate that a lot growing up because my mom is
Yeah.
from Cavite, right?
What
The
is it?
soup, right?
It's a soup. It's like
Yeah.
a beef broth soup.
I'm sure I've had it before. I just don't know the
It's got like
So
string
good.
beans and corn in
Cabbage.
it. Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
come
really,
on now.
really good. So I just got back from a trip to the Philippines. I was there for 3 weeks. So I'd never been to the Philippines at all before that. It was my very first trip. And so one of the places that I went to was Cavite. And then when I was there, I tried their local dish, which is called bulalo.
Anybody have like their parents make like Filipino spaghetti?
Yes.
yes.
My mom makes the best.
Every time I go back to my hometown, that's like for sure the first thing I tell her to make.
With the bright red hot
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah.
Classic.
Those are not normal hot dogs.
They're good though.
Ray's story was like a little bit weird, and I was a little surprised that, I didn't at least go one more round.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you'd like to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
Who voted to keep playing?
I did.
I did.
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I thought we got him.
Yeah, it really feels like everyone here is Filipino. Like, I don't know who I would vote for.
It does feel like we're all Filipino, but I think I just really watched too much too much Jubilee.
You're like extra suspicious.
Where the mole is just so good.
Don't take this the wrong way. I feel like Ray's fine. I feel like Bianca's fine. John, I'm so sorry. I don't know. There's just like, I don't know if it's my intuition. I hope I'm wrong, but like, I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I mean, like, money's on the line, you guys. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Speaking her truth.
Hey, man.
I don't know. I just feel like, I mean,
What's
like,
suspicious about me?
your accent is very American. Like, I mean, obviously we're all
But I was also raised in Canada, right?
That's true.
So like I might have a little bit of a different accent because
That's
of that. And I
different.
moved when I was 8, so I really have like the Canadian accent.
He did say he likes bololo, and bololo is pretty deep in there.
Yeah.
Very deep cut.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you'd like to continue playing the game, please raise your hand. If the light turns green, that means you have voted the mole out and you win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you guys.
Y'all, if my intuition's right.
Yeah.
Y'all should have listened.
Oh,
Damn it.
you guys.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my, you know.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
I said it. Oh my gosh.
Sorry guys.
I was not expecting
Yeah,
you.
I didn't vote you.
I did.
I think I voted him for the first one.
I did too.
So I'm from Canada. In Canada, there's a really big population of Filipinos. And so when I was about 18, I really got to know the community. I was working at a place that was maybe like 50% Filipino. I met a girl and started dating. We started dating. And so I put a lot of effort into learning the language, and it probably took me like 2 years or something like that to get conversational. And that was like, nearly 9 years ago.
Okay, so since you are not Filipino, what is something that like you think is so beautiful about the culture?
Filipinos are like the most hardworking people I've ever met. Honestly, like they are grinding out there, and it's amazing how much they're willing to sacrifice for their families as well.
This is
so
why
commendable.
This is why I always say at the end of my workouts, I'm like, mabuhay Pilipinas. Mabuhay Pilipinas.
For me, being here was nerve-wracking, but I've kind of been in situations like this a lot for like the last 8 or 9 years, where it's a room full of Filipinos and I'm the only one that isn't. And something in me has always wanted to fit in and kind of assimilate to the groups that I'm in. In some ways, I've been playing this game for years, I feel really comfortable with Filipinos, and I think Filipinos feel comfortable with me, and yeah.
Going through life and realizing how unique the Filipino experience is, that my parents migrated here and forged a good life for me and my brother and all my siblings, is such a beautiful thing.
Woo! Woo! Ay nako, nanalo ako! Mabuhay Pilipinas!